Welcome, everyone. It is Tech for Senior, episode 100. Wow, it is February the 21st. We have 80 people that came to the show today to wish us well. Thank you so much. And something I never thought it would happen, but well, I always hoped it would happen, but episode 100. We, of course, are broadcasting this out to YouTube. So welcome to all our friends over on the YouTube channel. This, of course, is recorded, and you can play it back over and over and over again. And I just want to welcome everyone today. It's indeed, we thank you so much for coming. As I will say many times today, it is your enthusiasm, your coming, that makes this show keep going. It gives us the energy to keep producing videos, keep all the projects that we have. And you'll see today, as we go back and look at all the things that we've accomplished over the past 100 episodes and over 2 years that we've been, or almost 2 years that we've been running the show, all the things that we've accomplished and all the people that have worked on the show. We've had a lot of good news this week. Thank you so much for all those people who donated to our coffee fund. We did reach and I knew we reached our goal of the maximum amount that we need this year to pay the bills. I just wanted to thank those people last week that generously donated. Now, if it depends on how you put your name into the donation, and I may not have the correct one. And if I do miss someone, I do apologize. Alan Schaefer, thank you. Elliot Jones, thank you. Maureen Glenn, thank you. Marty, I'm not sure what your last name was. Thank you. Jerry Deal, thank you. Chris and Edith Rosinski, thank you so much. Jenny Garrick, thank you so much. Greg Farrell, thank you again. And Marcia Berkey, thanks so much. So thanks to everyone who did contribute. We will leave that open. And if you wish to contribute as the year goes along, if you see a video that was made and you think, oh, wow, that was so good, and you worked so hard at it and you want to make a contribution, that's great. The money goes back into programs that we run, and it helps with the licensing and the software we use to create. As you will, when you look back and see all the things that we've accomplished, you'll appreciate what we do. So I won't mention it again. We don't have to talk about money anymore. We've got enough for another year. I will discuss that again in next January. Now, let me introduce everybody. First of all, Hewie Poplock, my co-host. Hewie, we have a busy week this week. I got up this morning and I was thinking, I worked so hard on this show today. And then I thought, I've got this, it's a great week. And then I looked, it's the fourth week, and we got learning Chromebooks on Thursday. Yep. And I've got to go and get all my stuff done for that now.
Yeah, I've been working on mine diligently, but I haven't started the recordings yet. So
yeah,
it's going to be a lot of work this week to get that ready, but I will have it ready, and it will be demonstrating the Flex, the Chrome OS Flex.
Right. So that's interesting. So, and then of course, Bob, how are you doing? Bob Gustisha.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm catching up to that 100, in age.
Yeah. You had some interesting comments. For those of you who don't know, I went and I made a medley of all our past shows and picked out the highlights. And what Bob and Hewie, Friday, we went back and comments they made. And guy, Bob, you had some great comments. So we'll see that as we move along. And let's talk, Ray, what's happening with you?
Hey there. Well, I've been finishing up my new Plex server. I've now added the music issue. I've added photos. I've added some family videos. And then either next week or later on, I will give you part 3 and show you how all that works.
That's
Lots of work involved, though.
Next week is part 3.
Okay, good.
Yep, you're on for sure. We'll do that. And Dewey.
Greetings. I'm here. Yes, we're enjoying Arizona. Weather is a little cooler this week. It's only going to be about 65 to 70. So we have to bear with that.
Indeed. So do you want to do a session for next week then?
I'm doing a session next week on internet, wireless internet, and the Wi-Fi Alliance.
Perfect. Excellent. And Bill, what's happening with you? You must have got some more gadgets, right?
I did. I've been playing with my new camera and having a lot of fun with that. I'm going to try to see if I can become better with my videos if I decide to go that route. But been having fun with that, and of course, I'm getting ready to publish our next gadget of the week.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Yeah,
that's tomorrow.
you're gonna get
Yes.
the article to me. Yeah. Excellent. So some people are going to be spending some more money tomorrow, eh?
Well, hopefully not, but at least we'll have fun reading about them.
Indeed. All right. Well, we're going to move along now. I'm going to get Bob. Are you ready to roll?
I am.
Let's get going on the show, and then we'll have some time to party. Just before you go, Bob. Oh, never mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll do it after.
Okay. Here is the Avast Security News Roundup for the week ending February 18th, 2022. Metaverse survey spurns Facebook. In an anonymous survey conducted by Hong Kong-based advocate group, more than 1,200 U.S. consumers were asked questions about joining a metaverse. Over 77% admitted to being worried about Facebook owning the data. Facebook has an impressive record of misusing user data, commented Avast security evangelist Louis Carones. It is really hard to forget the Cambridge Analytica scandal. They've lost people's confidence. However, billions of people still use Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So it seems people are concerned about their privacy, but not enough to stop giving up their data. According to the survey, 87% of respondents said their first preference would be a metaverse based on a decentralized blockchain. When asked what types of metaverse activities interested them, the most popular choice was gaming, followed by hanging out with friends, working at meetings, attending concerts, workouts, and studying with classmates. When asked how many metaverse they plan to join in the next few years, 46% said 1 or 2, 38% said 3 or 4, and 10% said 5 or 6, and 7% said they don't plan to join one at all. Read more details from the survey on ZDNet. Over 500 online shops hacked with card skimming malware. Sansec, an e-commerce malware detection company, last week discovered a card skimming scheme affecting over 500 stores. Attackers used a known leak in the Quick View plugin in the Magento 1 e-commerce platform, using the combination of an SQL injection attack and a PHP object injection attack to gain control of the platform. When visitors entered payment card details during purchase, the malicious code sends their payment information to attacker-controlled servers. The hackers also programmed the code to create no less than 19 backdoors in the systems, which allowed for easy reinfection. Mega card schemes like this have been increasing over recent years, including infecting ATMs and gas pumps. Senators revealed CIA collected Americans' data. A CIA mass surveillance program has swept up the personal data of some American citizens, claimed Senators Ron Wyden of Oregon and Martin Heinrich of New Mexico in a letter to the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board. The senators called the surveillance activity a secret bulk collection program that was authorized under Presidential Executive Order 12333 in the early 1980s. Usually such surveillance is monitored under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, but in their letter, the senators said the particular program operates entirely outside the statutory framework that Congress and the public believe govern this collection, and without any of the judicial, congressional, or even executive branch oversight that comes with FISA collection. For more, see Cyberscoop. Meta to pay $90 million in class action lawsuit. The parent company of Facebook has agreed to pay out $90 million to settle a decade-long data privacy lawsuit over using cookies in 2010 and 2011 to track users across the internet even after they had logged out of Facebook. Meta submitted the proposed settlement earlier this week to the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California. The case centered on Facebook's use of proprietary browser plugins that tracked users' visits to third-party sites. As part of the settlement, Meta says it will sequester and delete all the data at issue. Reaching a settlement in this case, which is more than a decade old, is in the best interest of the community and our shareholders, and we're glad to move past this issue, said the Meta spokesperson. See Variety for more on this story. Twitter expands safety mode, which allows auto-blocking. This week, Twitter announced it would be expanding the beta of its safety mode feature to roughly 50% of users in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, Ireland, and New Zealand. This feature allows users to temporarily auto-block any account that sends them harmful or abusive tweets. Originally rolled out last September, the beta has only been available to 750 users previously. Twitter spokesperson Tatiana Britt told The Verge that since the initial rollout, we have learned that some people want help identifying unwelcome interactions. For this reason, our technology will now proactively identify potentially harmful or uninvited replies and prompt people in the beta to consider enabling safety mode. It remains to be seen whether the feature will come out of beta mode and go wide. This week's must-read on the Avast blog. The FBI has issued another warning about a new series of ransomware attacks known as Black Bite. Read the linked article to learn how companies can protect themselves. And that wraps up this week's Avast Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bob. That's great. I'm going to put in case you have just joined, I'm going to put in the chat the link for our premiere event. I forgot to mention what it would be today at half past the hour, half past the next hour, 10:30 Pacific time will be three choices today. One will be Dewey's going to talk on cord cutting and cell phone. I'm going to talk about making a signature block in Gmail, and Hewie is going to talk about his computer history. Those were the topics that we talked about 1 year ago, but they will be available as a premiere. It's free. You just have to click the link below, and it will come on at 10:30 Pacific time. And so that's what our show is today about. All right, we are going to move ahead now for our celebration. What I've done is I've taken all our past 100 shows and taken clips out of them and made it into a bit of a medley. You'll see that Bob, Hewie, and I will be commenting on them as we go through our past 100 shows. This will go on for about 35 minutes. Please do not adjust your computers. If you have any feedback coming in or any little squeaks or bad sounds, these were how the show actually went. So this is I wanted to reproduce that, so it's there. So anyway, let me share this with you, and we'll have a chat at the end. If anyone has any comments or comments about this, then we can certainly talk about that at the end. So let's get on with this now. I'm going to share my screen. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Yes, I've said that over 100 times now. At least I got it right. Well, I'm going to be your host today as we go through a medley of the 100 episodes that we've recorded. Now, as the show starts, please don't adjust your computer. You're going to see that the audio isn't quite that good, as well as the content gets a little bit boring. And I purposely left it that way just so you could see the change. So sit back, relax. You don't have to take notes. You don't have to learn anything today. This is just a fun time when we get to look back at all the things that we've done over the past 100 episodes. Let's have a look, and I'll see you at the end.
Okay, this is Bob Gustisha.
And this is Hewie Poplock.
And this is
All
right, let's try it again.
This is Hewie Poplock.
And this is Bob Gustisha.
And this is Ron Brown, and this is Tech for Senior.
Now up to 81.
Very good. All right, let's start the meeting. I'm Ron Brown, as you all know, and good morning and welcome to the Tech for Seniors. This is going to be a 1-hour weekly show sponsored by Silvercom Computer and Technology Club. It's going to be co-hosted by Ron Brown and my good friend Hewie Poplock, who you've already talked to today. It's broadcasted live using Zoom software.
Ron, we're getting an echo, and it may be. Let me try to mute this one and see what happens. All right, now go ahead and continue.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
That's good.
That was it. Okay.
Okay. We might have to mute everybody. We could mute all, All right. Well, it's broadcasted using Zoom technology and software. You should be able to see my screen now, and you should be able to hear my voice. If in the show your screen locks up, just wait. Wait, it will probably solve and correct itself. Closing and restarting your connection will probably just make it worse. Yeah, this is related to the internet congestion. Well, welcome everyone. 7 days ago, Gail and I returned from Mesa. And as we drove through the empty freeways in Seattle, we knew that life was changing. We were the only ones at the busy Peach Arch border crossing and have now completed our first week in self-isolation. I had talked about having some computer club meetings this summer, but realized that we could probably fill the void by having a weekly show. After numerous conference calls, the idea of Tech for Seniors was hatched, and a friend of mine in Florida, Hewie Poplock, liked the idea so much he wanted to co-host it with me, and I thank him very much for that. We hope to have this as a weekly presentation for the next 5 or 6 months until this disaster goes over. I wanted to just let everybody know how this is going to work. The first...
All right. So, so that was our first episode. Now, I want to just go back and remember you guys is that, first of all, we had 100 people on the show. Remember that? We filled up like right away, right? And thank heavens Bob was there, because we had no idea what we were doing, and we had all sorts of that trouble with the audio to begin with, and then I'm rambling on there at the beginning, and there's no images or no pictures, and then but we had a full house the very first day we did this, right? What do you guys remember about that very first day? That was March 30th, 2020. March 31st, 2020. What do you guys think about that? What do you think?
We were kind of driving by the seat of our pants. we had
I
done a
think
lot
we
of
had a hole in our
presentations.
pants.
Yeah, we had done a lot of presentations, but nothing like this before. And that first one, you can really tell where we've come to because of just the quality of changing the microphones.
Right. But I also think Zoom is better. I think our hardware is better. We've all got better cameras. We've got better lighting. I think Zoom actually as a software is better. Don't you think that just everything is better?
Absolutely.
I'm just surprised that we had 100 back the next week after the way we started week number 1. And of
Yeah,
course,
thanks
week
everybody
one-
for sticking with us.
Yeah, and week 1 really wasn't when the disaster happened, but
No.
I'm sure we'll get into that in a minute.
We'll wait and see. I really don't want to get into passwords, but as I said to everybody yesterday, if we have to put a password in, let everybody know that the password will be 85209, which is the area code for Mesa. Well,
We got some stuff going on.
It's Bletchdale.
We got a Bradley, somebody that came up on, whoops, I hit the wrong button here.
He's gone.
You got him gone?
Yeah.
No, he's still trying.
So I wonder who is sharing.
Who's sharing the screen?
Darby is sharing the screen.
And who is
Darby?
I don't know. How come they have the right to share a screen?
Good morning. Tech for Senior. Episode 99. It is February the 14th, Valentine's Day. All right. So the first thing that you notice, that's of course our last show that we did. And we have a jingle. We didn't have anything when we started, and Hewie made up that the intro that we had. And then we started using that as an intro and learning about video editing, because you saw the entrance there. We had the intro and then the music, and boom, we're right into the show. Not like the first show. So we came a long way.
Absolutely. Much smoother, and it gives at least a hint of professionalism.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Bob, any comments on that?
It's
A lot of
getting
difference
better.
at 99. 99, you
Yep.
got to get it right after 99 shows, right?
If you still look the same on episode 99 as you did in episode 1, it's time not to do number 100.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. The other thing, of course, is in the original concept of this was that we were never going to keep doing it, right? Hewie and I were going to do it for the time COVID was going on, and then for another 15 or 20 shows, and that would be about it. We never envisioned that we would be coming into season 3 years in a row.
To the Wi-Fi, it changed, of course. So I have to change all of the devices.
You're going to be a busy guy.
Yeah, and some of them have worked and some haven't, and it's been a chore.
Bob, congratulations. Bob is the 16th or 17th most popular security update podcast in the podcast world, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, congratulations. We are
Yes.
indeed honored to have you in our presence. Yes, indeed.
Listen,
And-
at that rate, I'll get to heaven faster than I expect to go.
And then, of course, speaking of honoring everyone, Dewey, of course, coming off his birthday win, his big birthday, and he's going to be giving us an update on his new barbecue and steak shortly, as soon as he gets his John Deere tractor fixed, right?
Right. I broke the main belt on the mower deck on Friday and immediately got a new one, but replacing it is something I'm simply
So lots of things happening
later today.
Yeah, and of course, Ray, how have you done this week?
I'm looking forward to this week more than ever because my video editing class that I'm taking at the local college, Ellen actually is in my class with me. It ends. We're going to graduate. And
So you're
I'm not sure what to, but we're going to graduate, and I'll be done with it.
Are we going to see great videos coming out? Not that we don't see great videos now, but are we going to see really crazy good stuff then? Are you going to apply your knowledge?
I might put something together. Well,
Sorry, I added that. I added that in. That was not in the original. I titled that "Having Fun," and what I wanted to show you guys is how much fun we have together. And part of the secret sauce of the show is making everyone laugh, right? And so Bob was having a good time there, and Dewey and everybody was having a good time with that. And
we're missing Ray on. No, we're missing Bill on that one.
Yeah, except Bill hadn't come in yet. Bill wasn't.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, Bill hasn't joined. We'll get into that in a minute. All right. It worked. Meeting is now streamed live on YouTube.
Wow. Wow.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, because I had a problem trying to set something up to stream. It came back with an error of some kind, and I was never able to figure out what it was doing.
Yeah. Now I think we can try this. It worked. Yes. There it is. It's right on the screen. Cool, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Well, that's good. So it's recording. So I'm recording it on 2 places now. And I think you're going to record it locally.
Okay, and I'll be keeping an eye on it to make sure that recording up there doesn't disappear.
Oh, yeah, make sure it doesn't. I have no idea. And the funny part about it was last week, I didn't touch the computer. I don't even think in the meeting, I did very much at all. I'm going to share our screen here. I'm just going to share my screen. And you should be able to see, this is our website, Tech for Senior, and you will see, if you click on the top part here, you'll see Learning Chromebooks. This is our big announcement. Hewie and I told you last week that we are going to be teaching Chromebooks. Now, Chromebooks don't need a lot of teaching because they're really quite simple to use. One of the problems we have with Tech for Seniors is we don't know who you are. You come every week, but we really don't have any idea of how to communicate with you, and that's always a problem. Now, our club does put out a newsletter twice a week that I write and put it out, and some of you have asked to be recipients of that, so you do get our newsletter, but that really doesn't help with Tech for Seniors. So you will find on Facebook, if you look over here on the left side, you'll see Tech for Seniors does have a web page. Now the news part, well, we have lots of news to you today, but we now have, I want to introduce a new member of our Tech for Seniors team, and that's Ray Baxter. Ray Baxter has agreed to come on as our musical director. And we are going to have a little bit of song in our presentations. And we'll talk about a little bit about that later on. But Ray's joined our team, and welcome, Ray. Ray, are you around? Can you wave? Or Ray did the talk on having your on a music club. We had no idea that Ray would be so successful. We thought about the whole concept of having somebody with music and playing music on this show was different. It was not a concept I envisioned. And then we added, sort of as it went along, we put it as the outro. and it became enormously popular. And it was like people came and they watched the show to listen to Ray's music, and it now is part of who we are. It's really quite it's changed, right? It was a really good fit.
Agree.
Mhm. It
Ray
was.
also happens to be a hell of a nice person.
He is.
That adds to.
He is. He is.
Yep.
Yeah. And people come and watch the show for the music. We think they come to watch us, Hewie, but they come to listen to the music, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, there's a good many of them that really enjoy, and you can see them. They're going like this,
Yeah. Yeah.
and clapping their hands, and they really enjoy each, not only the music, but the intro that Ray gives and the background to the artists and to the music. It really it adds a lot to our show, and it fits into what our original concept was, to keep it happy, to keep
That's right.
and to keep from having to talk about what's going on in the rest of the world and with sickness and everything else. We want to keep everything away from that topic, and we want to make people happy and enjoy their time with Tech for Seniors. And I think the music makes a big part of that.
It does.
I always make sure before his episode starts that I turn off my sound, because I don't think you'd want to hear me tapping and singing, but it always happens because he that brings back the good old days.
Yeah.
Those were
Good morning, Tech for Senior. Listen, Ron has asked me to provide this video clip so I can share with you what my experiences over the last year plus with Tech for Senior has meant to me. First on the list would be the ability to see and interact with so many of the individual members of the clubs that belong to APCUG. In the past, the music-related presentations I've given as part of the Speakers Bureau have put me in touch with some of our members, but TFS has expanded that greatly. I've received several emails from attendees over the last 18 months asking music and video-related questions, and I'd like to think I've helped with my responses. Now, I'm sure, as everyone knows by now, I'm a music collector in general and somewhat of a historian on the early days of rock and roll. I feel privileged for the opportunity each week to share some of that knowledge and to play the music I enjoy for others to hear. In particular, I always appreciate the comments in the chat after the music outro as well. Last but not least has been the opportunity to work with the other TFS staff, be it Ron, Hewie, Bob, Dewey, or Bill. I'm always learning something from each of them, and they are always willing to lend a helping hand when I need it. Thank you all, and I look forward to another year of TFS.
Seniors, episode 23, August 31st, not quite September yet, but August 31st today, and soon to be September tomorrow. I'd like to welcome everyone today. Hewie, are you here?
I'm here.
Great. And Bob, are you here?
I'm here and I've got my mask on. I don't want to infect anybody with the summer cold I caught.
Yeah, I had it too. It's called my grandson. Those little guys, they seem to be a reservoir of viruses. And our special guest today, which you will be talking to us soon, is Chris and Jim Gould from Geeks on Tour. They are going to be talking about their new book launch and have a special deal for everybody today. So get your pen out and keep track of this, because they're going to give you a special deal today. Ray Baxter, are you here?
I'm here. Ready, willing, and able.
Ready, willing, and able. Good. And Dewey, I see you're here.
Dewey, yes.
Or
Dewey's
Hewie.
here too.
Yes,
Hewie and Dewey are both here.
Yes, I am here, and there will be a first for me, which I will announce later today.
Oh, really? Oh, this is a big meeting. We're going to have lots of firsts. Well, the first thing that I wanted to talk about today is the newsletter. After a lot of work and a lot of thought, we finally have our newsletter up and running, and we had the first edition out.
We're sending it out twice a week, which is great with original articles or with articles from each of us. some on Tuesday and some on the Saturday version. But it's been a great communication tool that that's not what we envisioned at the beginning, but
Right.
it's turned out to be a really good convenience for the for our visitors and our followers to be able to keep up with what we're doing, but also to get some news from it to make it of value.
Episode 29.
Yay!
This is October 12th, 2020. 29, you guys. What do you think, Hewie?
Who would have thunk it, huh?
That's
It's
7
amazing.
months ago. Wow. Bob, what do you think?
Just another wonderful meeting coming up.
Well, we
We're
didn't make it to 80.
having a lot of fun. Anyway, Ray, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Wasn't the pandemic supposed to be over by now?
Oh yeah, but I think but we're having so much fun. We're keeping going,
Okay.
right? So I want to welcome everyone here today. We have a huge show for you today. Lots of exciting stuff happening. Lots of news. The first thing, welcome to all the Canadians here because it is the Canadian Thanksgiving. Monday is today's a holiday, and for all those of you who are Canadians having some family times, please stay safe. And we will. The problem today though is it's my Costco afternoon, and Costco even closes on Thanksgiving here, so I can't go to Costco this afternoon. So that's a bit of a downer. However, the other thing I wanted to introduce everybody to a new member of our team, Dewey Close. And Dewey is a longtime friend of mine. I'm not going to spend my whole 7 minutes telling you all the great things he does, other than he's a great guy. I've known him for 10 years. And Dewey and I did a lot of work on cord cutting this last couple of years. We gave a lot of Roku boxes away and a lot of Fire Sticks. And I said, I want you to do a short segment on cord cutting and for our show. Now, he has a wonderful wife, Joanne, and I know Joanne is going to have her finger on his ear, and she's going to time him. And if he goes over the time, she's going to be tagging on his ear for sure. I know Joanne will do that for me.
Probably.
All right. Yes, exactly. I know she'll do that.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dewey, and I do technical information segments called Dewey's Tech Talk. I'm a retired teacher, and I enjoy teaching people about the latest happenings in technology. I cover a variety of subjects that include streaming live TV and cord cutting, smartphones, the new TV broadcast standard called ATSC 3.0, which is also known as Next Gen TV. I also talk about smartwatches that track your sleep, infrared grills that give you tasty, tender meat, 5G cellular and fixed wireless access, and electric vehicles, and especially the new electric pickup trucks we'd all like to possess. And I often do tech news updates and sometimes fun stuff like the cars that James Bond drove in the movie No Time to Die. Speaking of cars, did you know that Prince Charles has a 1960 Aston Martin Roadster that's been modified to run on the byproducts of wine and cheese? These are a few of the typical tech tidbits I love to tell people about.
And I'm going to play I actually have a couple more clips that I'm not going to play, but that Dewey had some trouble in the early stages of doing some presentations. And then he decided, he said he's going to learn PowerPoint. He's never done a PowerPoint presentation. And that's part of what his announcement was. He was going to announce that, in fact, he spent an afternoon learning how to use PowerPoint and then gave this wonderful talk. And I thought at 87 years old, we can only hope to be able to do that at 87. He should be.
I'll find out soon,
Yeah. I mean, he's such a remarkable person. It's just crazy. He's just really, really an amazing individual to be able to accomplish what he does at his age.
Oh, looks like we're live. I don't know. Can you see us over on YouTube?
Not yet.
It's probably a delay.
Well, I'm sure
Says we're
there is.
live.
I clicked it and now now I see us.
Hello, everyone.
See how much
Well,
of a delay there is.
It's always nice to have a confirmation that you're alive.
Yeah. At least we've got some. Is anybody else? We
Now,
will
how
be.
do I to get my Facebook working?
Okay.
How do I do that?
We'll have a look. Just bring up your Facebook and it should be there. So we have some people waiting. There's Joel, there's Richard. Everybody will be starting. Tech for Senior Live, we're here. Whoopee! Is everyone awake?
I think so.
That was certainly rousing music. So welcome everybody. So listen, out in the audience, if you're listening, welcome and thank you for coming and thank you for listening. We certainly do appreciate it. If you can put your put your name, put your name and your where you're from and let us know what the weather is. If you have any questions, please put them in there. We will be happy to answer them. We have a great show for you today. So what you saw there was the first show, right? Where we were, oh, look what happened. And we were pushing buttons and wondering what's happening. And that was the last show. So you saw and we had an intro because thanks again, Hewie, for doing the intro. You did, I don't know where you find the music, but you sure got some great music. And so I played the intro there. And that was the last episode that we recorded for Tech for Senior live on our Thursday. Of course, it was our Thursday show. And we've been doing that now. Tech for Senior Live started in March 29 of last year. We've almost done it for a year now, right?
And it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
We like to compare notes and talk about tech anyway amongst ourselves.
Yep.
This way we're doing it and we're sharing it with a bunch of other people.
It is.
We're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, excuse me. We're spending more money because of it.
Yeah, that's more like it.
It's an easy show to do, and of course, and that sort of repurposed our Facebook page because, of course, we put all our news articles that we look at each week. We post them on our Facebook page, so if people want to watch it and find out where the latest tech is, then they can look at our Facebook page. So that worked out well. Tech for Senior, episode 73. August the 16th, 2021. Welcome, everyone. We have about 81 people in our Zoom meeting with a bunch over on our live feed. So I hope everyone noticed the new intro that we had. Bill James, did you notice that you're now in the intro? Where is Bill? Or are you watching that carefully?
Yes, thank you.
That is version 8. So we've added you into the intro. We wanted to make you feel welcome. So welcome, Bill James, and welcome everybody.
Congratulations, Ron and Hewie, on your 100th show, which started as a program for seniors who couldn't meet in person. Your vision met the needs of hundreds of senior citizens who watch and learn from your shows each week. The show's growth exemplifies Benjamin Franklin's words, "Out of adversity comes opportunity." The show has benefited me personally by allowing me to pursue my obsession with gadgets. I enjoy writing my weekly gadgets article for the TFS newsletter, and I look forward always to attending the TFS Live on the third Thursday of the month to discuss gadgets. Best wishes to you both on having another 100 episodes.
The bill came on August 17th, 2021, and that was on episode 73.
And so Bill has been a great addition to the group. He's always fun. We've labeled him the gadget guy, whether he wanted to or not. But he got the gadget guy label. Although he's a very talented person and talks on Chromebooks and he talks on Windows, but we sort of stuck him with the gadget guy label, which I think he's having fun with. And of course, he does our the article in the paper, and does on Thursdays, the third Thursday, he is on our Tech for Senior Live. So that's
Yeah,
pretty
he just
cool.
did a presentation this morning on IoT devices
Mhm.
for Dearborn, Deerfield in
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah. So he's been a welcome addition to the show. So we have a great group. It really is the secret sauce of Tech for Senior is the great people that are, of course, are associated with the show, right?
Absolutely. And we all have differing interests, but we also have a lot of things in common.
Mhm.
And I think that kind of
Makes for a good marriage.
it definitely does. Yeah. The adhesive is there.
The secret sauce.
Tech for Senior Live. Welcome, everyone. It is January the 6th and snowing in Comox. Oh my gosh, we got rid of all the snow and now it's back snowing and we got a big dump. Huh. Anyway, welcome everyone to our show today. This is episode 41 and is the day for our new podcast. So this will be podcast tomorrow and we'll be going out as a podcast, a new for Tech for Senior, new product for us, and we're anxious to see how everybody likes it. So if you are here today and you're in the audience, we'd sure appreciate it if you'd put your name in and tell us where you're from. And if you do get a chance to listen to our podcast, we'd like some feedback. You know, this is a new project and we're wondering how it's going to work out. So we're all ears, as we say in the biz, right? We are all ears. So yes, welcome. And
Mine are covered.
Yeah, mine are too.
That's right. So so anyway, who are we? Well, of course, on Monday we have our Tech for Senior show, which is we've been doing. This will be coming up season 3. We'll begin entering our 3rd year now. So that's sort of cool. And everybody here today is a regular on the show, and I'll introduce everybody in just a moment. We also this is being broadcast out through StreamYard to YouTube and Facebook. So if you are over trying to get into our Zoom meeting, because our Monday meeting is a Zoom meeting, and no one's there. You can stay there in the meeting all day, but no one's going to be there. You have to come out. And if you want to find the link to get here and listen, just go to our website.
So that was our last venture, and that was our podcast. So we take, of course, our Thursday show and put it as a podcast that comes out. Where we go with that, I don't know. I know, Hewie, you were really quite interested in getting that going, and Bob, you're a seasoned podcaster. I guess we just wait and see where the cards fall.
I just got an email today from Anchor, and right now, as far as video goes, it has to go through the other service. But Anchor is now going to have also video. And that's what my email notification and then my questionnaire was about. So they're going to explore actually adding that to Anchor Direct.
There are some podcasts that I listen to that are video as well.
Right.
And there are some times where I may turn on their channel and watch it on my TV.
Mhm.
And it's not through YouTube, but it's through their video channel. And so I can see sometimes they're demonstrating or talking about some software. You can actually see it as opposed to them just describing it. So sometimes there's an advantage to watching a podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you give a big round of applause for the staff that helped produce the last 100 shows? Hewie Poplock, Bob Gustisha, Dewey Cluse, Ray Baxter, and Bill James. And I'm Ron Brown, your host today. Thank you for coming and helping us celebrate the past 100 episodes. You know, I always say at the start of every show that we derive our energy and enthusiasm from you coming. So please, we plan on being here for our 200th episode, but we rely on you coming to the show because it's you who create our enthusiasm and energy to produce more content for you. Have a great day until we see you next Monday. Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Well, that was a bit of a look back in the past. Hopefully,
Nostalgia at its best.
yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed that.
Outstanding job, Ron, the way you put that all together. Very, very well done.
Well, I hope it will be something for the future. We can look back on it and say, this is our accomplishment, right? Let's move on. We're going to, we'll move on. Ray, let me just say goodbye to those people over on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming. We will see you same time, same place next week. And then, Ray, I'll let you get going here. Let me just stop the live stream.
Okay.
There we go. So you should be able to go.
All right, now it's interesting that I didn't see any of what Ron had done before, and he mentioned that when I first started, I had a video on music listening clubs. I just happened to think I wanted to mention that again today, and that's part of my presentation here. I talk about the two music clubs. I call them music listening clubs I belong to. And basically it's where a small group of folks agree to meet regularly to share music they enjoy with like-minded friends and relations. So every Thursday I do a 2-hour Zoom meeting which I host. These are 6 friends who all live in Phoenix. That's 100 miles from where I live, but with Zoom, we're all together at the same time. And we go around the screen with each participant having the opportunity to share their screen and play a song, usually 2 per turn. And most play songs or video clips from YouTube. So this really does not matter what type of personal music collection you may own. And my friend Wilfred is a regular for Tech for Seniors each Monday morning, and he's probably listening right now. And then the other club is an in-person, and it's local to where I live. And we take turns having a monthly meeting at a member's home. And there is a rule, you have to be vaccinated. Sometimes we have as many as 10 attendees, including 2 females, my wife Carol being one of them. And here, everyone brings up songs to play on the TV using YouTube. Now, interestingly, our backgrounds are all varied from where we were raised, our professional lives, as well as our ages, which can differ by more than 2 decades. This almost always provides an eclectic 3-hour meeting. And so more than once I've used a song for the TFS music outro that I've heard at one of these 2 sessions. And that is the case today, thanks to my friend Randy. The song is titled 23. It's by Sam Hunt, who's a singer-songwriter from Georgia. His songwriting ability is fairly impressive, as he has written several country hits, including for the likes of major stars like Reba McEntire. His first album, Montevallo, 2014, provided 4 #1 songs on the country airplay charts, a first for a solo male artist. Sam has been recognized for his blending of genres and has received an American Music Award and a CMT Award. Now, the words to the song 23, this was released just last year, and specifically the words, "I'll never be 23 with anyone but you," I would guess are lyrics that many of us can relate to in one way or another. I know they perked my interest, and when hearing this song for the first time last week, right away I knew I wanted to share this with TFS today. Now, finally, if any of you think you may want to start your own music listening club with your friends using Zoom or in person and would like my help in setting it up, just let me know. I don't have the time to be a regular member, but I can certainly make the time to get you started. And there we have it.
Well done, Ray. Well
I
done.
got a few claps today. Thank you.
Yes. There you go. Lots of clapping. Well, thanks so much, Ray. It is almost top of the hour. We did pretty good today. Thanks everyone for coming. We're going to move into our question and answer period now. Before we do that, though, I just want to remind everybody that we do have our premiere event occurring at 1:30. This today we will, I'll put the link again in the chat for those of you who may have missed it. It's also in our newsletter. Dewey will be talking on cord cutting and phones. I'll be talking about how to make a signature block in Gmail, and Hewie's going to give us some of his computer history. This is what we talked about a year ago. So that will be on at 1:30. It's we call it a premiere event, but there's no, it's actually a YouTube feature, and it means that it's just going to, it'll be started at 10:30, and of course it's recorded and will be there as a permanent video for your use in the future. So thanks. We're going to move into the question and answer now. You can certainly, there's a lot of people in the audience. So if you would be so kind, if you go down and you'll see under reactions, you can raise your hand, and that pops your picture up to the front and the top here, and we can see exactly who you are and acknowledge you and get your questions answered. If you have any comments about the last 100 years, anything you want to see in the future, let us know.
100 episodes, not years. We haven't reached that milestone.
No, 100 episodes. 100 episodes. That's right. Exactly. Bill, go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I just put a thing in the chat on using the Chromebook to capture the live transcript. I've tried it several times in Windows and it didn't work, but I was able to figure it out in the Chromebook. And that way, after the show, with my hearing, I can go back and clear up things that I didn't hear correctly. So, anybody wants to talk?
Did you turn the live transcript on the Chromebook? Is that you went into settings and turned it on?
What was that again?
Did you go into the settings in the Chrome? You said you changed something. Was that in the settings you went in and turned on the live transcription in the Chromebook?
No, actually, I just had the live transcriptions up there, and I selected all, but I used the button to copy the text by Shift Control C, I believe it was, and then put that into the message.
Okay.
It's in the chat there. So if everybody saves the chat at the end of the show, they'll have it. But it worked pretty good.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Welcome.
Murray, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I just tried the casting and to the Apple TV on the iMac, and it worked. But it doesn't work on the other computers, which is strange. There was no setting to change on any of them, and I didn't do anything. It didn't work before the program this morning, and then it worked once I went and tried it during the intermission or while you're broadcasting. But then I did think of one thing that is a possibility, of which I haven't checked yet. And I just realized that every time that it failed, that I was trying to cast the sound, I think I was in a Zoom meeting. And of course, what I tried on the Mac was not this Zoom meeting, but just a YouTube video.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to check that out, because that would really be strange. But I when I think about it, the things that I was trying to cast or to send to my Apple TV over the last little while were all Zoom meetings. That's what failed. Yeah. I don't know. I will after the show and before maybe before Thursday or sometime I will let you know what I find out further on that. Anyway, I always come up with interesting, weirder things.
Murray, also remember that on your Apple devices, you mirror cast.
Yes, I know.
On the other one, that's
Casting.
different. That's
Yeah,
not
I know.
mirroring.
No,
Right.
but on the Mac, I did both. I did casting to the Chromecast part of the TV, and I did mirroring to the Apple TV box. So
Okay, so
I did both.
mirroring works and Chromecast did not.
I know on the Mac, Chromecast also works, at least for YouTube. But yeah, it works for YouTube. And then I was thinking about afterwards, well, the things that it hasn't worked on have all been Zoom meetings. That's the only thing I had tried over the past couple of weeks. And so after this is over, I'm going to try from this computer to see if it will cast from a YouTube video like it did on the Mac. But anyway, that's an interesting observation.
Thanks, Murray. Carl, go ahead.
Hey, I want to talk to Bill. I use it with Windows. It's just 3 commands. I put the cursor in the chat box. Control A copies everything. I mean, highlights, selects everything. Control C copies it, and then I open up Word and I paste it into Word. Just 3 commands. The other thing I wanted to say, some time ago, I asked you, Ron, and others about adding a second monitor to my laptop. And I want to tell you, I finally did it. I was able to figure it out. It's like a lot of things, it's always easy after you figure it out.
Are you talking about a Chromebook or are you talking about a PC?
Just in my PC, laptop PC, Windows. And I'm using the TV monitor in my family room as we speak, but I've been able to add an extended monitor feature, which allows me to watch Tech for Seniors and then use my laptop for doing other things like looking at my mail or whatever. Not that I do it, but I am able to now use my TV as an extended monitor and have 2 apps open. And then for Valentine's Day, I set it up for my girlfriend and I got a lot of hugs and kisses.
Very good. Yes, extended. I think all of us have 2 monitors connected. I know Bob and Hewie and I, and probably, I don't know about Dewey and Bill, but we have multiple monitors connected, and it's I don't think I could ever work on one monitor again. It just doesn't work very well.
No, it's a spoiler.
It is indeed. Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Carl. So in the so before the show started, we were talking, and Bob mentioned Windows 12. Now, I don't know if anyone's heard about Windows 12, but if you want to talk a little bit about that, come to our Thursday show. We're going to that's coming out. And just when I bought my Pixel 6, which I have here, the Pixel 7 is on its way. So so lots to talk about on Thursday. Lots of new things happening, and the new iPhone was announced and is coming as well. So, oh my gosh. And the Samsung S22 is out. It's crazy. It's a crazy world. So much happening.
When you think you're at the top of the evolution of it, and you've got the most modern version of the phone or your computer, bingo, the next day there's somebody else who's they're coming out with a newer one.
By the time they ship it to you, something new has been released. You can never be at the top.
Yeah. And if you want to really get into the race, get into vacuums. They're producing vacuums, like robotic vacuums, faster than you can say, whatever. It's like new models coming out crazy.
But my I almost said Zoom vacuum. We don't have one of those, but my Wise vacuum still does an excellent job.
Yeah, you've had good luck with that, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of in-betweens that I've tried, and my kids are now very happy using those. I decided to keep the one from Wise. It's done the best job for me.
Yeah. Which one do you have, Bill? Which one are you using now? I can't remember.
I have a Wise.
You have
Which
the
I,
widescreen.
I agree with Bob. It works fantastic.
Right. Is it fairly thin? Like I like the one that I'm using now. I've got the Roomba, but I like my iLife. It's called iLife because it's thin. It's really thin. It goes under everything and under my countertops. It's not thick like the Roomba.
Remember the LiDAR sits on top.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
But
but
I haven't.
I haven't had anything where it goes underneath the chairs, so goes
Yeah.
underneath the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
mine goes underneath my dining room table and breakfast room table with no problems,
Right.
and chairs.
Perfect.
Now it won't go around. It goes around skirted furniture like a chair or a sofa that has a skirt. It won't try to go underneath that because
Right.
it sees it as an obstacle.
Right.
Wasn't that against the law too, to go under skirts? On camera.
Hey, stop that. Very good. Well, listen, it is 10 minutes past. Do we have any more questions, or otherwise we can let everybody have a bit of a rest before that was a big show, a lot of work.
You put a lot of work into that, Ron. It really
I know,
it came
it
out
was-
very nicely.
Yes.
I know that those of us involved in putting the show together really appreciate it. I hope the rest of the visitors enjoyed it. It brought back a lot of memories to us anyway, but you can see that from day one, we've tried to improve. We try to get better quality equipment, but we've also learned from the programs on how to better make the meetings interesting and flow nicely.
Murray's
I also
got his
think-
hand up.
Yeah, but just before we get, Murray, I'll get your question in just a second. I think that one of the things, back in episode 1, I can't remember, but Zoom didn't have the ability to stop sharing screens, or there was something to do. We never set it up. The whole issue of that whole security and Zoom bombing went away quickly once they made the security changes. But we really got caught up in a big way in episode 2. And thanks, Bob, for saving the day. That was
One thing we learned for sure is you don't start a meeting off with everyone being allowed to share their screen.
right.
That was a that was a
problem.
recipe for disaster.
Yeah, but you can't do that now. That's not even possible.
Correct.
You have to. They certainly fix that. Murray, go ahead.
Okay, well, just a comment about the multiple monitors. I have to do the opposite. I don't have much. I barely have space for one monitor. So I have a KVM switch to switch between my 3 computers that I've got. And so I have to share the monitor among 3 computers, and I have to switch between them just to see the different computers. But I will say that with Windows 11 and even in Windows 10 now, I've learned it. The ability to have virtual desktops, multiple virtual desktops, is a big savior for me. Of course, I've had that in Linux forever. And but the only trouble is with Windows, at least I haven't figured out how to do it yet, is how you can switch. If you've got an application in one desktop, you're supposed to be able to move it to another one. I haven't been able to figure out how to do that. I have to close it and reopen it. On the
Drag
other
and
window.
drop it. Drag and drop it.
I can't. I try, but it doesn't work. It just
If you've got it set up as dual monitors, you drag and drop.
No. I said can only have one monitor, physical monitor. It's the virtual desktops I'm talking about.
That's different.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Not
Yep.
as I said, I don't have the physical space for more than one monitor. I have to share my monitor among several computers. I've got the computers hidden away enough, but I have to have a KVM switch to switch between so the one keyboard and mouse are used
Right.
on all the computers. Anyway, thank you. And thank
Thanks,
you for
Murray.
all your work.
Thanks, Mary. Just
And
let
for
everyone
those-
know about let everyone know about Chromebooks. Chromebooks have 8 virtual desktops that you can have and easily move between each desktop. So Chromebooks as well allow you to use virtual desktops.
Oh.
Brad, go ahead.
But just before Brad, excuse me for just a minute. What Murray was talking about with the KVM switch, for those of you who don't know, KVM is keyboard, video, and mouse. So you can plug in a keyboard, your monitor, and your mouse into this unit, and you can switch back and forth between computers. So you don't have to have each computer have a separate one of each. You only have to have
Oh.
one and go from there and just use the switch box. Okay, Brad, you're muted.
I just talked to my wife and I think she knows where the Chromebook I have. I think it was a 3120 Dell that ran out of getting updates. So I'm going to look for it and I'm going to take the right protect screw out and try and put flex on, and I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, let us know. Let us know
Because
what
my
happens.
my other two Chromebooks don't stop getting updates till June, so I don't want to take them apart right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the nice thing about Flex is you create a USB stick with the operating system and you run it from that. And
Yeah.
if it works all right, then you hit an install button and it will install it. So you can
Yeah,
actually
so-
try it out before you even commit to putting it on that machine.
Yeah, but you have to take the right protect screw out on Dells to do it. So I have to open it up. So I'll let you know what
Okay.
happens.
So Huey, can you do a dual boot if you do a full install on the PC? Can you then do a dual boot, or does it just wipe out the OS, the Windows OS?
You can actually run it from the stick,
Right.
and you don't even have to install it on the computer. So you can leave Windows or whatever you have
On there.
on the computer and just, it's not really dual booting, but you
Right.
have to be able to boot from the USB drive.
Right. But
And
once
each-
once you do that, once you do the install onto the PC, not the USB,
it wipes the
it
the
wipes
drive.
it. Okay. Murray, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to ask about Chromebooks. We talked about it a little bit before. If I create a really secure gobbledygook passcode for Gmail, for my Google account, then when my Chromebook, I noticed when I have to do an update, it then asks me I have to type in my password. That means that if I go to one of those crazy passwords, I'm going to have that written down somewhere because it will not remember it when I come back, as far as I can
Right.
see.
Yeah, but you can also set up a PIN code for it, and so you don't actually have to use your
Oh,
long
I
password.
can. Okay,
Yeah.
so I can set up a PIN code on the
Yeah.
Chromebook.
You can actually
No,
log into
but-
your Chromebook from your phone as well. If you have your phone next to you, you can actually verify with your phone onto your Chromebook and say it's me, and you can do it that way as well.
Even though you
No,
don't know the password.
sometimes when you do stuff on the Chromebook, it does revert back to the password, so you do have to know it to log in.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. When you
Right.
do an update, an operating system update, because I noticed when I did the operating system update, I had to type in my passcode.
Sometimes you have to do that, but they recognize that very early on, and that was a huge pain in the butt, 6 or 7 years ago, when you had to put, you're right, when you have that very secure long password that every time you came in, you had to put that on. So that's why they created the PIN code that you can just use, and you can use that, or as I said, you can actually use your phone to unlock your Chromebook as well.
Okay. And then the other thing, I guess, about Chromebooks is, what was I going to say? I forgot. I got so intrigued that I forgot it. Okay.
All right.
So Ron, the other thing I was thinking about coming out with Flex, if you were a traveling person business-wise and you had to go across the border a lot, you wouldn't have to take a laptop now,
Right.
because you could just go anywhere
Sure.
with a Flex stick, log into any computer,
That's right.
open up your Google account, and
Exactly.
the border guards can't search nothing,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
So that would be a good use for it too.
Yeah.
Well, you can use portable apps for that kind of thing too.
Right.
You can use, I do that all the time. I have portable apps, and a lot of my applications are on that, like LibreOffice and Chrome and all of those. And there's hundreds of applications, and I just plug it into another computer. I don't have to install anything, and I'm don't mess up their computer, and I can run anything I want.
Right. Plus, also, Brad, they have Chrome boxes, which are very, very tiny devices, and you can take that, it would fit in your pocket, fit there, and it would work as well.
That's true. Yeah.
And they're
I
very,
was
very,
thinking,
yeah. But this,
I
no,
was
you're right.
thinking
You're
the
absolutely
same.
right. You know, you would just be able to plug that into anything and away you go. Be very secure.
Yeah.
So that doesn't
I
help
think-
you on an airplane.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
but-
it's interesting because like the news reports of the Flex is like there's lots of articles coming out every day. This is a big deal. This is really going to make Chromebooks again very successful, I think, and lots of people are going to be interested in that. You know, it's time that we probably should be heading out. I want to thank everybody for coming today and listening to us. We'll of course be back with our regular programming next week. Don't forget our premiere event at hour, and come and listen to us on Thursday. Listen to our Tech for Senior live. And if you do have a Chromebook, you want a Chromebook, or you're thinking about a Chromebook, come and listen to Learning Chromebooks this week. Again, Learning Chrome is a little bit different. You do have to register. We don't want any money, or we don't want but we just need to know who you are. And if you go over to our website, www.techforsenior.com, you can, there's a big, you'll see, I showed you on the video today, there's a big banner there that says register for Learning Chromebooks. Just click that and we will get you all signed up. If you have registered for Learning Chromebooks in the past, don't worry, you will have got an email this morning. Hewie sent that out already, and you'll get another reminder on Thursday for the show.
Can you watch all the past episodes now?
Yep, they're all online.
Okay.
Yeah, all the 1, 2, 6.
So should probably start at number 1.
Yeah, yeah, let's get. They're all indexed, so you can look at the index and see. But they're all indexed, and you can look and see what information you want off them. So we'll see everybody maybe later this week. Otherwise, we'll see you again in another week. All right.
See you later.
Bye bye now.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.